Hey, Abundant Parents, it's Leah. I have Patricia here with Serenity Birth, and she just finished recording with me a great workshop all about really understanding feminine energy as you transition through different parts and pieces of motherhood. Today, we're going to be talking all about 3 ways that you can shift from your masculine energy and tapping back into your feminine energy. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I do post a new video at least once a week, sometimes more. So also hit subscribe. That way you'll be notified when I post new videos. So Patricia, thank you so much for all of the information you provided on the Abundant Parent Membership Workshop. I'm so glad that we have this opportunity now just to really help people get those essentials of how they can move from those masculine roles and really get back in touch with their feminine energy.
Yes. Masculine roles, it could be working out of the office, could be working at home, it could be being a full-time stay-at-home mother. That could also be a masculine role.
We talked about prior was how motherhood, how being a mom is actually a really masculine role, and our understandings of what male and female is, what's masculine energy and what female energy is. I mean, it really has, like we were talking about in the workshop, that yin yang of needing to find that polarity and that balance. So the first one that you were talking about is recognizing that as you are transitioning from one role to another, you need to really set those boundaries and space for that. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yes. And so for example, if one is coming from work, being a full-time working woman in a career that demands of them decision-making, processing, analytical work, that's like the masculine role. Now you're transitioning to home life and being able to give yourself permission to say, okay, now I'm stepping into the door and I have a different role now. And so I'm leaving the CEO at the door and now I'm going to go into my feminine. And so how do you do that?
You gave some really great tips for how to do that in the workshop. The point that I think we should definitely touch on is communication is key. So really communicating if you need that physical space or that linear space to transition, to adjust, just making sure that you're communicating that with your partner, your parenting partner, so that everybody can get what they need.
And even with your kids, if you're a single mom coming home, my teenager is usually home before I get home. And so I say, hey, Xavier, how are you doing? I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a shower. And so I've acknowledged him. He knows that I need my transition time. And then I disappear. And then I come back. I return into that feminine role.
Yeah, and you come back probably also more grounded with all those negative ions from the shower.
Do you remember you talked about that space?
Yes. Yes, we totally talked about how in all the sci-fi movies, when they've been out on Mars and they got exposed to like alien slime and they have to go into like this chamber in between so they can be like cleaned and refreshed before they can enter back onto the spaceship. And
that's exactly
it's like that same, you need that transition vortex.
That's right.
The second way that you shared with me is a really great way to shift from your masculine energy back into that feminine energy is through self-care.
That's right. And so we often, when we're in the masculine energy roles, we're providing, action, goal setting, and instead of giving ourselves time to give back to ourselves and do self-care. So whether it's maybe you need to get your nails done, maybe you want to get a massage, take a bath, those are all ways that we can shift into our feminine energy.
Some of the examples you bring up doesn't have to take a lot of time. It doesn't have to be expensive.
No.
Yep.
No.
So the third way you were sharing is a really great way really to kind of jolt you into shifting back into that feminine energy is to really place yourself in a space or activity that's going to really kind of give you no choice but to do it.
Right. And so sometimes if we can't think of what we want to do that's feminine, to jolt yourself into it, you can take yourself to a museum to see beautiful artwork. I like to take a dance class, and that is a very fast way of, whether I want it or not, it's going to jolt me, because if I'm in my masculine, I suck as a dance partner. So that's one way. that I do that.
Well, Patricia, thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. Patricia was an expert guest on my workshop this month at the Abundant Parent membership. Patricia, please tell us where we can find you.
You can find me at serenitybirth.com and on Instagram, serenitybirth.
Awesome. I know that I love following your page there, even though, my kids are all grown. I love still following all of your content because we're always mothering ourselves. We're always mothering our inner children. We're always birthing new ideas and projects. So it's just really great to get your messages.
Thank you.
You can catch Patricia's workshop on the Abundant Parent membership. That's theabundantparent.com. You want to click on the tab that says membership. In addition to catching Patricia's workshop as part of the membership, you get access to all of my guests. There's about, I think, 12 or 13 workshops now that have been recorded. So it's a great opportunity to really grasp those tools, really bring all of those tools in your parenting arsenal and be the parent that connects with their kids best. Thank you all so much for being here. I know your parenting time can be limited and valuable. Wishing you a day full of light, love, and abundance. Bye. It's a great way to really bring that femininity
Take two.